Have you always dreamed of entertaining on the biggest stage in Memphis? The Claw Crew is looking for members to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. Claw Crew members are hardworking, high-energy entertainers who assist Grizzlies home games by hyping up the crowd and much more. Not only do they support the Grizzlies at home games, but also promote in Memphis and across the Mid-South. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information and to register today.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals takes it straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Murray State is going to the College World Series. It's easy for me to pick a team because 1, I love an underdog. 2, I hate UCLA, and I see that opening round matchup. And 3, we are connected to the school's most famous alumni, John Morant of Murray State.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Tigers are going to play in November in the Bahamas, the Baha Mar tournament, and the other teams expected to be there. Purdue, Wake Forest, and possibly Texas Tech. So Texas Tech's going to be good. Purdue's going to be good. If you don't have a roster that puts you in that same conversation, that could be a tough trip to the Bahamas.
Yep.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What can the Memphis Grizzlies learn from the Thunder Pacers NBA Finals Series?
Your style of play is not something that you really have to change. Both of these teams love to play fast. Both these teams love to play really aggressively on the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
These are the Jordan 1, the crystals. These are the shoe that retails for $1,000. Oh, extra crystals. So if your crystals fall off, if your crystals fall off, nice. Actually these are the black crystals because they have. So the shoe has black crystals on there as well too. So you get an extra package of black crystals.
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people.
Sing along, Fish.
Welcome to The Odds Couple, the Monday edition of the large program. The quieter, the more thoughtful show.
Thoughtful.
Intimate show here on Monday.
Intimacy.
Where we recap the weekend gone by. Welcome to the program. I am Rob Fisher. We got a lot of stuff to get to today. There was a busy weekend in sports, and we got a busy week coming up as well. We'll talk about that. We got Who Said It coming up. We got Fish Nuggets coming up. And we'll look ahead to what's coming up this week in the world of sports and things you can bet on and win bets on. That's all coming your way. Lang Whitaker not in studio today. Lang, where are you joining us from today?
I'm back at the Grind City Media Resort and Casino. Came down for the 4th of July. This background is not real because it is actually like pouring rain outside, same as it is in Memphis, from what I understand.
Yeah. That's
so. Yeah. So, just sitting around watching movies on Disney Channel.
CJ Hurd is here as well.
You're living my dream right now, Lang.
Right?
What you watching, man? Got a little Coco? No, are we Treasure Island in it? What are we watching?
Yeah, we went real old school.
Okay.
And found like a movie from the 70s called Snowball Express.
Okay.
Starring Dean Jones, Disney stalwart, about a family who buys a ski resort in Colorado.
My niece called us up and told us to come over to her house. She was tired of hanging out at our house. She said, come over. I had her some Fitz's sodas I had to drop off.
Oh, yeah.
So went over to her house, hung out with her and her mom. We did a movie night. We did Treasure Island, Lang, and we did the Cinderella, the Brandy Cinderella, where everybody's different ethnicities, and somehow we got a black woman and a white dude together to make a Filipino son or something like that. I don't know, it's crazy, but we got that going on. So it was a good time. Disney Plus is good stuff, man.
Yeah, which Treasure Island was it? Were you on the original one?
Did I say Treasure Island? It wasn't. Yeah. No, I meant Anastasia. We saw Anastasia. The wife and I watched Atlantis before we went over there.
Common mistake.
Yeah, yes, very much so, very much so. I apologize. But no, next time we're going to watch Treasure Island, maybe even get into a Muppets Treasure Island. I like that version. That's some good stuff right there.
We did just finish Andor Season 2 on Disney Plus, it's incredible. Andor Season 1 was great. Andor Season 2 is even better. And then because my wife wasn't like as up on the Star Wars universe as I am, as soon as we finish Andor Season 2, it leads right into Rogue One, the movie. So then we watched Rogue One, so you can just see how all the story fits together. And it's really cool. Like, even if you don't remember it, you can just start on Andor Season 1 and watch it all the way through Rogue One, which then leads into the first Star Wars, A New Hope. Okay. So it's a whole big storyline thing. It's really cool. Andor Season 2 is well worth your time.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I have to check that out. But not
yes.
Not what was the one that you just
Snowball Express. No.
All right, we'll keep that one off the list.
If y'all gonna go old, Lang, why not just go with the old Homeward Bound, the one from like the 60s or the 70s with the two dogs and the cat running around?
That might be on the list. I don't know. I don't know. You know who was in that Snowball Express movie? Harry Morgan. Remember him?
Harry Morgan from where?
He was on MASH. He was the old guy on MASH.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. He's one of those guys who's looked old his whole life, you know?
Right.
Like Wilford Brimley. Like he's just always been old. So.
Well, I had a nice weekend too. I spent the weekend at the pool, which was great.
I can tell.
Thank you. Watched a lot of sports on the TV while hanging out at the pool. Also ate some Shackalicious. Are you familiar with Shackalicious?
Ate some what now?
Shackalicious. They're Shackalicious.
Please explain this.
XL gummies. They are.
I remember him having these.
Oh my!
Are those legal in Tennessee?
They are. They are legal in Tennessee. And I mean they are ridiculous. How big they are. There's a look at the bag, and each gummy literally has Shaq's face on it. And they're massive. I mean, like bigger than a quarter.
Okay.
Like they're oval. So, I mean, imagine like maybe 2 quarters put together.
Okay.
It's how big these things are. They're huge. They're pretty tasty. But first time I ever had the Shackalicious
when we talk
XL
about
gummies.
these Shackalicious gummies, what type of gummy are we talking about? Is it like a gusher? Is it like just a fruit snack? Is it like a Haribo
like
gummy?
Fruit snack.
Okay, fruit snack gummy. Okay.
Yeah, and it's he's got peach, berry punch, and orange.
All in one bag?
Yeah.
What's the best flavor?
Probably the berry punch.
Okay.
Yeah. But they.
Where the hell do you get Shakalicious gummies?
I don't know. A friend of mine showed up with them.
Just had them and didn't nobody ask any questions. They just proceeded to eat
Where the hell did you get those? He was on vacation and he got them.
Okay.
So yeah, they were delicious. First time I had ever had those, so those were great. Also, while watching baseball this weekend, sometimes it's kind of funny when you get these messages on the outfield wall.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
and there was a good one in Pittsburgh this weekend. Let's take a look at that. Cheryl, please take me back. I'm sorry I kissed your sister. From Tim.
I don't know if I would put all that business out there, Tim. There's got to be a better way of doing it.
Tim must have lost a fantasy football league or something. That feels like some sort of payment, or
Wouldn't you make Tim put his last name up there also, so we all know who Tim is?
I guess so. I mean, I would assume it didn't work out with Cheryl's sister.
Y'all are missing the boat.
What's going on? What's the boat?
I've been around teams too long. This is a team-induced deal.
Okay. Here we go.
This is a team thing that they put up there because now it went viral, and it became a big deal about what happened at the Pirates game.
Got you.
I've seen this happen before, where things go horribly wrong, and it was all planned.
Got you.
I'm saying it was and there are no last names.
None.
I'm saying it's a team thing. Somebody
it's got to be approved.
Put that up there and they're like, this is going to be pretty fun.
Is there anyone named Tim? Is there somebody named Tim on the Pirates?
I don't know.
I'll check.
A player?
I mean, or a coach, or like a clubhouse assistant, or somebody like that. Maybe the trainer. There must be a Tim somewhere involved with the Pirates that we could trace this back to.
Yeah, we could trace it back.
No, I don't. There's a Tommy Pham. There's no Tim.
Yeah, and you don't screw with Tommy Pham.
No, there's
Tommy
no
Pham
Tim.
doesn't play. Huh.
Yeah, there's no Tim on the roster. They're coached by some dude named Don Kelly. So unless there's a Tim floating around there in concessions or something like that.
Also, I don't feel like this would be a team thing, Rob, because the Pirates have been such a mess. Like this year, you remember they had the fans all hate the management there, and then they did the thing where they took down the Roberto Clemente tribute to put an ad in the outfield.
Right.
Everybody got mad at that. I don't know if there's a lot of playing around, or maybe there's too much playing around in that organization.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the case too. We're gonna get to the bottom.
Any thought it might be AI? No. Okay.
Allen Iverson?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think this has a better chance of Allen Iverson involved than having robots behind it.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Tim Thomas.
Let's get to the stuff that's happening in the sports world. And one of the big stories has to do with gambling. One of the NBA's top free agents is now the subject of a serious gambling investigation from the U.S. District Attorney's Office as Detroit Pistons guard Malik Beasley faces allegations of gambling related to NBA games and prop bets during the 2023-24 season as a member of the Milwaukee Bucks. One prominent sportsbook reportedly detected unusual betting activity on Beasley props beginning in early 2024. In a January 31st, 2024 matchup between the Bucks and Blazers, the odds on Beasley recording less than 2.5 rebounds moved significantly before the game, going from plus 120 to minus 250 after the under experienced a high amount of action. Beasley recorded 6 rebounds that night. A couple of reactions on this. The first one is you would think that athletes would learn that this is a no-no, that we can't be betting on sports that we're involved in. It's against the rules. You can get, and for making bets, I mean, how big are these bets considering what you're making as a professional athlete and what you're putting on the line to lose your job? Now, this is all, alleged allegations and everything. But we've seen in the past where there's smoke, there's fire. So we'll see what happens. But and then the other thing is, the first reaction I got back from a friend of mine was, well, this is just, one of the problems. It's going to be a growing problem because of the relationship that leagues now have with these gambling entities. I think it's actually a solution that these gambling entities are legal. He could have been doing this illegally. but because he's doing it legally, you can find out these things are happening. These things are regulated. You find out who is cheating and who is doing it wrong. You can find it out quickly. We've already had a guy kicked out of the NBA, and who knows what's going to happen here with Malik Beasley.
The one thing that jumped out at me was the statement that his lawyer gave to Shams Charania at ESPN. I don't know if you guys saw that. The lawyer came out and said, an investigation is not a charge. Malik is afforded the same right of the presumption of innocence as anyone else under the U.S. Constitution. And as of now, he has not been charged with anything. Didn't really feel as if he had come out and said, he didn't do it.
No.
He's innocent. It's sort of like, well, here's where we are. It's also weird the lawyer was Jonte Porter. But I think – no, I mean, look, I agree with you, Fish. Like, if this had been some, like, fly-by-night bookie thing, you might never hear about it, you know? But because it was through one of these regulated places, we know all about it, you know, because they track who uses their system. They have your Social Security number when you sign up. Your employer has your Social Security number if you're the NBA, so they're able to track all this stuff and have an idea of who did it, and you know, if it was the athlete, if it was somehow their interpreter, we're able to find out who was the one who was who's probably betting on this stuff, or maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked to Omari Sankofa, beat writer for the Detroit Free Press earlier today about this. And it throws a big old wrench in what the Pistons want to do. It's one thing for you to go out there and say, okay, because they wanted to bring Malik Beasley back, and he had a hell of a season for them last year, and he was one of the big reasons why they were as good as what they were. They were ahead of schedule. They're ready to make a legitimate push in the Eastern Conference. Part of the reason why is because Malik Beasley is a good defender, and he knocks down threes, right? And so that person comes up in free agency. He's on your team. You want to bring him back. You want to extend qualifying offers for him, and you want to find a way to make the contracts work to bring him back on your team. Well, now you don't know what his status is going to be. So you don't want to, if you're the Pistons or if you're anybody else, you don't want to decide, okay, this is a guy who we like, we want to go out and pay him. And then after this investigation, midway through next season or a season and a half from now, what have you, he'd just be completely gone. That's money wasted. That's money all down the drain. So now the Pistons have got to pivot. And one of the players that they've been rumored to be interested in is a Grizzlies player who's an unrestricted free agent right now. So now instead of saying, okay, I don't think the Pistons can make a legit push for Santi because they got to pay Malik Beasley, well, now they can say, yo, we're not messing with Beasley anymore. What's this Santi thing up to? The Grizzlies extended the qualifying offer to Santi. So the Grizzlies have made him a restricted free agent. They get a chance to match any offers that go out there for Santi. So let's see what the Pistons do with that. This Malik Beasley thing has real ramifications for everybody else in the NBA from a roster construction standpoint, not just Malik Beasley from will he be free or not.
To me, it feels like as a Falcons fan, you remember Calvin Ridley a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
had this where he was sort of the Falcons' second, third best receiver, but was a promising guy. Sort of like Malik Beasley was in the Sixth Man of the Year running right now. Ridley was sort of on the come up. Everyone thought he was going to be like the next kind of important player for the Falcons, and he got suspended and missed that whole season for the same sort of stuff. And for the Falcons, it was like a killer blow because, like, you know, that's a guy you count on, that you need to be a big part of your team. And for him to be out for that long really kind of hamstrung the Falcons for that season. And for the Pistons, man, for a team that was so bad a couple of years ago to be so good last year, and you think, oh, they turned the corner, this is it, they figured it out. And I had seen stuff where this offseason they weren't going to try to make any big additions. They were just going to add around the edges. If you're losing like your number one offensive guy from off the bench for the whole season, that's going to be a big blow for you to try to figure out. And I think if this keeps Malik Beasley out, at least for this season, short term, long term, who knows? But if this is something that takes him off your roster for this season, for this Pistons team, that's going to be a big thing to try and solve. Also, it happened right after like the draft, where you could have like tried to make something shake around that draft. Maybe if you knew you needed to go get a guy who's instant offense, and now you don't have that option anymore. And this Pistons team, this is really, really tough for them.
We've had 3 of these this year, correct? This season, Jonte Porter, this one Malik Beasley, and Terry Rozier. Right? It's only been 3 in the NBA.
I don't think Rozier got officially. I think that was just like Twitter speculation. I don't know if he got officially.
I thought he was under investigation. Okay.
I'm not sure, but I mean, there was a lot of like tweets that where it sure looked like he should be investigated. He might have just been bad at basketball.
No, I'm certain it wasn't that. I'm pretty sure Terry Rozier was being investigated. But okay, I'll check.
Yeah, and then this one, to give him the benefit of the doubt, at least on this aspect, all the money that was coming in on that prop bet that they're talking about in 2024, all the money came in on the under, and he hit the over. So it might be a case of there was information about an injury or something that was leaked or something may have happened. So
there's that clip going around of him catching the inbounds pass with 5 seconds left, racing down the court and scoring to make it where they lose by, I think it's 7, and it was a 7.5 point line or something like that. Like that clip is the one that's a little bit more like, oh, okay, that's a little weird.
There are a couple of clips that I've seen where he's in, well, one clip in particular, he's in a defensive stance, dude is taking 2 dribbles by him, and he's like, oh yeah. let me start playing some defense. The Wall Street Journal was first to report that Terry Rozier, then of the Charlotte Hornets, was under investigation for activity related to unusual betting patterns surrounding him in a March 2023 game.
How long ago was that, CJ? Because I haven't heard anything about it lately.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it lately either, but I do believe it was this past season, like towards the latter parts. I think right after trade deadline this came out.
Yeah. Speaking of the NBA, free agency gets underway tomorrow at 5 p.m. And already there are a lot of reports. Shams has been busy reporting a lot of things. He got Lonzo Ball was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers from the Chicago Bulls. DeAndre Ayton has become a free agent after a buyout. James Harden agreeing to a 2-year, $81.5 million deal to stay with the Los Angeles Clippers. Nicholas Batum intends to sign a 2-year, $11.5 million deal to return to the Clippers. Jabari Smith, a $122 million extension with the Houston Rockets. Julius Randle, 3 years, $100 million to stay with Minnesota. Naz Reid staying in Minnesota for 5 years, $125 million. Colin Sexton traded from the Jazz to the Hornets for Yusuf Nurkic. Jordan Clarkson finalizing a contract buyout with the Utah Jazz to become a free agent. And the Rockets apparently setting up meetings with Dorian Finney-Smith, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Luke Kennard at the start of free agency. That all according to Shams. Any of those stick out to you, Lang?
Well, I was more curious, like, what is the threshold to make a tweet for Shams Charania? Because, some of the tweets are like, breaking, Julius Randle signs 3-year, $100 million extension. And then, like, today I was walking back, soaking wet from the beach, and my watch buzzed, and I looked down, and it said, guard Colin Gillespie intends to sign a guaranteed 1-year contract with the Phoenix Suns. And I was like, well, that got a tweet. But then some of the other ones don't get a tweet. So I don't know exactly what the cutoff is on these tweets. I guess the one that's maybe the most interesting to me is most recent, too, is this Clarkson news because, that's a guy who could give you some offense off the bench or give you something off the bench. If you're a Detroit, maybe that's somebody you go after. DeAndre Ayton is kind of interesting, too. Like if he ends up somewhere where a team that needs a center like the Lakers and this whole LeBron thing's pretty interesting too, like opting in and then putting out that statement about, LeBron wants to win. He wants to win now. He's not so sure about this roster. We'll see what happens. When the team just traded for Luka Doncic and like literally the greatest trade in the history of the NBA. I don't know what else you could ask for from the Lakers. So I don't know. I guess that the LeBron one to me might end up being the most impactful, although at this point, with that salary and his age, like I don't know if he's going to get traded anywhere.
Yeah. CJ, any of them stick up?
This LeBron thing is interesting for the reasons Lang said. Like $52.6 million for this year is going to be hard for anybody, even the Lakers, to put together a a roster with the championship caliber type players that you need with that salary plus Luka's salary on your books. That means that if you're LeBron and you're 40 years old and you're making $50+ million, you got to carry all of the load. You got to split that load 60-40, you and Luka. That's what it's got to be. You knew that when they traded for him. He had an opportunity to get out of L.A. when Golden State was interested in him. They reached out to the Lakers. Rich Paul reached back out to them and said, no, LeBron's happy in L.A. He's not interested in moving. But, like, you had your opportunity to leave and get to a better type situation, I think, than what the one the Lakers are in now. He averaged like 24, 8 and 8 or something ridiculous like that. So still a high production dude when you look at the box score. He's just got to rev it up all the more. So much of his salary is tied there. And I am also interested in what ends up happening with DeAndre Ayton. That is, to me, I think DeAndre Ayton is a quality big. And I remember the run he had with the Suns and that postseason where they got to the NBA Finals. I thought he was good then. I expected him to continue to grow. He was butting heads with coaching staff, and I think some of his teammates got up out of Phoenix, ends up in Portland, and Portland is in full rebuild mode at this point. They've got too many centers. So go ahead and get off of his books and free yourself up cap-wise for next offseason. So it makes sense to me from that standpoint for the Trailblazers. But I do think DeAndre Ayton is the type of center who can absolutely help a contending team in the NBA. He is, because Portland is paying his contract, paying him the $30+ million, whatever it is that he has on the contract, that means anything else is just extra money in his pocket. So could see him do something ignorant, like signing with somebody for like $2 or $3 million to try and make stuff work. And whoever gets DeAndre Ayton, whichever contender gets DeAndre Ayton, I think they'll be in a good spot.
All right. Other news over the weekend, there was a big golf tournament yesterday, the Rocket Classic, and just his 20th start on the PGA Tour, 20-year-old Aldrich Potgieter found his way into the winner's circle at the Rocket Classic. 77 holes, 5 playoff holes before he got the win. And, he got the win, and congratulations to Aldrich Potgieter, former amateur champion, one-time winner on the Korn Ferry Tour, crowning achievement. Now the 7th youngest player to ever win a PGA Tour event and the 5th international player under the age of 21 to win on tour. How about that?
That was I watched a lot of that tournament, and every time I'd flip over there, they had like the leaderboard. I'd never heard of any of those guys. And I watch a lot of golf. I was like shocked. It was almost like just fake names they were putting up there, like on Saturday Night Live or something. I've never heard of Aldrich Potgieter, whoever this guy is. Like, there was sort of a weird tournament for the guys who were in the contention, at least.
Yes, it was. Also, the news over the weekend: Dwayne Lucas passed away, the Hall of Famer who became one of the most accomplished trainers in the history of horse racing and a face of the sport for decades. Died at the age of 89. Died at his home in Louisville, Kentucky. Won 15 Triple Crown races, including the Kentucky Derby 4 times. Only good friend Bob Baffert has more Triple Crown wins. Lucas owns a record-tying 20 in the Breeders' Cup World Championships. So he passed away, and he will be missed from the horse world. Then in soccer last night, don't know if you watched, the U.S. against Costa Rica. You watched? Damian Downs scored in the 6th round of PKs after 3 saves by Matt Free, sending the U.S. to the semifinals of the CONCACAF Gold Cup with a 3-2 win over Costa Rica. The U.S. advanced to a Wednesday matchup in St. Louis against Guatemala, which upset Canada on penalty kicks in the opener of the quarterfinal doubleheader. So, congratulations, USA. How about that? That was, you give up the penalty kick early in the game, and you're down 1-0, and you're thinking, oh, great, here we go again, USA. But battle back and then give up another goal, and you think, here we go again, USA, but penalty kicks bail them out.
They should have won it within the first 5 penalty kicks. Like their goalie was stopping shots. I think they stopped 2 of the first 5, and then the U.S. was just missing their penalty kicks. But yeah, for a team that has been such a disaster like the last 2 months and losing all those friendlies, and then Pulisic not playing and the coach clapping back at him, it's been such a mess for a while. But now to advance this far into this tournament, and against Guatemala, they should have a shot to win that match. I watched the Guatemala-Canada thing too. It's been raining a lot. I watched Guatemala-Canada, and Canada's one of the better regarded teams in CONCACAF. They're missing a couple of players, but Guatemala stayed in that thing and fought back and made it a match, and then won in the PKs. They had a ton of fans at that game.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of them are going to be at that game in St. Louis, but it could be a pretty well attended and a kind of boisterous crowd.
So is this the Gold Cup final?
Semifinal.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Big weekend for U.S. soccer, internationally speaking. The women went out there, took care of business against Ireland, beat them 4-0 in 2 different matches. It was a whole lot of young talent out there on the field. Gone were your Lindsey Horans, gone were your Crystal Dunns. Of course, Megan Rapinoe's been out for a while. Alex Morgan is as well, and it was a whole bunch of young women out there. And they looked real good. Nobody from the Triple Espresso was out there, and these women were out there keeping pressure on Ireland and just beating the hell out of them. They were bigger, stronger, faster, and better, more skilled than the Irish were all weekend. So it was big. It was a big weekend for international soccer in the U.S.
CJ, do you have a thought on the football trade today? The Steelers and Dolphins making a blockbuster. Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, and a 2027 7th-round pick going to the Steelers for Minka Fitzpatrick and a 2027 5th-round pick.
The Steelers are going for it. The Steelers, they got DK Metcalf via trade. Jalen Ramsey, I thought that's what you were going to mention, the Jalen Ramsey piece of this. They have him, went out there, got an aging Aaron Rodgers for whatever that is worth. The Steelers looked around at this division, said, hey, we are comfortably in 3rd in this division. And honestly, you look at what the Bengals are and you look at what the Ravens are, I don't see much shame in that, but you're the Steelers. You're not supposed to be in 3rd. You're supposed to be the best in that division. You got to make some moves. You got to go for it, and it looks like they're going for broke. It looks like Mike Tomlin is not going to be satisfied with just another winning season. And then getting bounced in the first round doesn't seem like it's going to be enough for Mike Tomlin this year. He's going to have to make some noise in the postseason.
Did you know today is Arch Day?
I did.
Arch Day, 6:30, June 30th is Arch Day because the Gateway Arch in St. Louis is 630 feet tall and 630 feet wide.
Oh.
It would take 2,572 baseballs to reach 630 feet.
Okay.
Just a little extra bonus nugget for you here today.
What a nugget.
Yeah. We'll take a break.
That's good stuff.
Thanks. We'll take a break.
But we're not doing big beats?
No, we talked about one of them, so
all right.
We're good. And we're running late. So let's go ahead and move on. We'll take a break here on The Odds Couple. We'll come back. Who Said It comes your way next here on The Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Murray State is going to the College World Series. It's easy for me to pick a team because 1, I love an underdog. 2, I hate UCLA, and I see that opening round matchup. And 3, we are connected to the school's most famous alumni, Ja Morant of Murray State.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's time for our Pick Six, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle, with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Who said it? Who said it? Who said it? Who said it?
On Grind City Media, Lang Whitaker from the Grind City Media Resort and Casino, the balmy shores. Rob Fisher, CJ Hurd back in the studio in Memphis. It's time for Who Said It, the game show that is sweeping the nation, the game show that has swept the nation, coast to coast, LA to Chicago, Memphis to Bristol, Connecticut. It has taken the world by storm. It's time for another edition of Who Said It. You guys know we always start out with some bonus clips. I'm not sure if we have the first bonus clip. Jacob, can you tell me? I don't know if you can tell me in my ear. If not, we don't. So now let's just go to celebrities throwing baseballs.
Oh, goodness.
Do they know where they're supposed to be throwing it?
Well, the point of this is that throwing a baseball is harder than you think. I thought about Rob throwing out the first pitch at the minor league game. And Rob is a accomplished baseball player, but even Rob struggled with it.
Yeah, I've spiked the last two that I've thrown. It's pretty embarrassing.
KD threw a good one.
There you go.
Oh, Shao Kahn. I remember his meteoric rise. You all right, Rob? Who's that?
John Cena.
I can't see anybody. Where is he?
Well, he didn't throw it either.
Oh, okay.
What the heck happened there, Cena?
Okay, all right.
Wow.
So there you go. So that gets us to our bonus clips. Now we can get to the actual meat of Who Said It.
All right.
And the first clip, we don't actually have audio of it, but it was from a show. We have a tweet that gives it away. But here's the quote. Most people are picking Texas to win the SEC. They got Arch Manning already winning the Heisman too. My question is, if he was this good, how come they let Quinn Ewers play all the time last year? And he was a 7th round pick. Who said it?
I mean, gosh. As it's one of those SEC dudes.
That'd be a good show, SEC dudes.
Yes, it would be. I was surprised
Just
SEC
talking
Network
about
doesn't
guys.
have that.
I know.
I'm gonna say Booger. I'll go Booger.
Rob, you got any ideas?
What's his name? Booger McFarland or whatever. It sounds like something for whatever reason, I can hear Nick Saban saying something like this.
I could say Kirby saying it.
Ooh.
I'm going Kirby.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you guys, Rob's
Oh.
closer. Steve Spurrier.
Oh, ball coach.
The head ball coach on his
That makes sense.
podcast. It's good logic.
Steve Spurrier is a ridiculous person.
He doesn't care.
No, at all. Nah, he doesn't have to
No.
play Texas. What the hell does he care for?
He's just out here firing shots. Yeah, like he doesn't care.
He gets to fire
It's
shots now and doesn't have to answer for them.
At all.
Yeah. It is a pretty good question, though.
No,
It's
it's
a good question.
Is it?
Yeah.
He
Like,
was-
why if Arch Manning was so good, why couldn't he play over Quinn Ewers last year?
Because Quinn Ewers was better. Arch Manning is younger than Quinn Ewers.
don't know.
Quinn Ewers has had more time in college
He
to
was a
develop and
seventh round pick.
That he was a 7th round pick. Okay. All right.
I don't know. It's a good point. All right. Clip 2. Tyler Shuck. If you don't know how to pronounce his name, just think the F word and then add SH in front.
What?
Who said it?
Uh,
Tyler Shuck was a quarterback from Louisville. He was a guest on a podcast this week, and this was how he was introduced.
I was going to say this is a Bear.
Is it Pat
Bobby
McAfee?
Aber?
Yeah.
No. We can play it.
Very, very special guest here, Tyler Shuck. If you don't know how to pronounce his name, just think and then just add SH in front. So Tyler Shuck, 2nd round.
What?
There you go. Amon Ross St. Brown from the Detroit Lions. I guess that's how you say his name.
Well, know how to say his name now.
Tyler
So that's
Shuck.
good. Yeah.
Why is
I
the
thought it was
G?
Shuff.
Yeah. Why is the UGH making the uck sound? I don't understand what's
know.
going on here. Where is this person from? Where's his lineage? He better be careful. Ice might be outside.
He's
He
the
got
one who's
of them
like
foreign
20.
names.
No. He's like that 27-year-old. You know, he's old.
Yeah.
He was the guy who was in college forever. He's married. I think he might have kids. Like he's been around for a long time. All right, let's go to clip 3. Question: there was a lot of speculation that built up in your draft process. You seem pretty happy to me. What do you say to people that maybe don't believe that? And the player says, I mean, I control what I control. How they feel is how they feel. My team and me, we focusing on the basketball and them doing what they're doing. So it happens. Who said it?
So this is a recent draft pick. I saw something going around with Derek Queen having something similar going on. They asked him about people questioning the fit and why the Pelicans would take him. He had an answer similar to this one. I'm going to go with Queen. That's my best guess.
I'll go with Ace.
Okay.
Seems like it could be him.
Ace, there was a lot of speculation that built up in your draft
Yeah.
process. You know, you seem pretty happy to me to be going to Utah. What do you say to people that maybe just don't believe that?
I mean, I control what I control, so how they feel. But to my team and me, me focusing on the basketball and them doing what they doing, so it happens.
He did show
So it
up.
happens.
He did show up. He's
Yeah,
out there.
he did.
He's in Salt Lake City.
That's my new favorite thing also is like, I don't know if you guys have noticed this on social media, when the players arrive at the team facility and they go like just get some shots up on the practice court and the team immediately posts it and they're like, already at work.
Yeah.
They showed Jeremy Fears. They're like, already getting shots up. They had Ace Bailey shooting layups. He's here and he's putting in work. Like, all right, guys, like we get it. You're there. Great. Anyway, Ace Bailey's made a couple of appearances already on Who Said It. He could be a new stalwart for us.
I hope so.
Tip 4, I just devoted myself to winning and playing for my former coach. That opened me up to playing for a real intense coach. I think it's going to serve me well in my NBA career. Who said it?
You didn't tell us who the former coach is.
Yeah, that would give it away.
Yeah, it would. It would. Context clues. Oh, gosh.
Somebody who's real intense.
Izzo's intense, but I don't think those sorry-ass Spartans had anybody drafted.
Jace Richardson, but it's not him.
Oh, they did have Jace Richardson. Oh, makes me sick. Who else is a hard coach at the collegiate level?
Hurley.
Did UConn have somebody drafted?
Yeah.
Who?
McNeely.
I'll roll with McNeely.
And I just devote myself to winning.
Again, Robert Fisher.
Early at UConn, I think that opened me up to
Let's
a real
go.
intense coach. And I think this can serve me well throughout my NBA career.
Hell yeah, Rob. Hell yeah, flex on him, Rob.
That's just.
I like the way you guys like sounded it out and like put some logic to it and figured it out. You know.
Well, that's the name of the game, man. That's how we got to do it.
That's how we do it. That's how you do it. Who said it?
All right, we got 2 more here. You ready? Clip 5, folks. Check out the legs of Strider. I mean, his legs are unusually large. Look at the thighs. My goodness, they're like big oaks. Who said it?
Oh, I saw it the other night too, and I can't remember who said it.
But is Strider the big dumper? Or was this said by the big dumper?
Strider's a pitcher for Atlanta.
Okay.
Strider's the Braves starter who has giant. They call him Quadzilla.
Oh, shoot! Quadzilla.
Yeah. Good name.
Oh man, I'm gonna go Eduardo Perez.
I'll go Acuna.
And folks, check out the legs of
always
Strider. I mean, his legs are unusually large. Look at the thighs. My goodness.
Biggest pitcher's legs since Jonathan Broxton.
They're like big oaks.
Oh my word, he is filling out those gray pants. By the way, shout out to him. Good job.
Nobody's better than Keith Hernandez. He's the best.
He is great on Who Said It.
He is, yeah. Because he just said he doesn't. He's sort of like Steve Spurrier. Like he doesn't care. He just says whatever. All right, last one. Clip 6. If they trade me or not, I'm going to keep grinding to be my best self going out there. You know, I can't do nothing about if they get mad or not. I just say what it is. Who said it?
I don't even got a sport for this, Rob. Baseball, basketball.
I think it's got to be baseball.
Okay. All right.
If they trade me or not, I'm going to keep grinding to be my best self going out there. If they get mad or not. If they get mad or not.
Who's they? Who's getting mad?
The organization getting mad at them? Boy, I don't even have a guess. I don't know. Who could be traded?
I don't know. I don't know about this one. I will guess Dylan Brooks. Why not?
I'll go with that.
Let's play it.
Reports out there that you could
No, wrong
traded
sport
by the
entirely.
deadline. And how do you feel about that? There were also reports that the A's were upset that you made comments about the home ballpark.
I mean, if they trade me or not, I'm gonna keep grinding, trying to be my best self, going out there. I can do nothing about it when they get mad or not. That's not. I just.
Yeah, man.
So
Talk about
the story behind
training
that
complex.
Yeah. So they're playing. The A's are playing in this Sacramento AAA ballpark basically for the next couple of years till they get the one built in Vegas. And Severino came out and was like, "This place stinks. It's like a minor league park." He was like, we have to work out in the outfield. It's hot. Like, it's not a major league atmosphere." And if you look at his splits, his road ERA is like 2.23. His home ERA is like 7.58 or something crazy. Like, he's been terrible at home all season long. So he came out and said all this stuff, and then apparently the team responded, quote unquote, to people and said they were thinking about trading him. He's got the largest contract the A's owner has ever given out. It's 3 years, 60-something million. So that might be a fitting end to his time with the A's. But
that's too bad. Yeah, it is a
fun backstory there.
Yeah,
it's a terrible. Yeah, he's right. That's the thing that sucks. Is he's right, but he still might get traded. I mean, it might work out for him if he gets traded too.
I mean, don't you think he wants to get traded?
Probably, but he just signed the contract. Maybe he thought. I mean, he's in the first year of this 3-year contract. He's like 2 months into it. Maybe he thought, I'll sign this contract, get myself traded. It'll work out great. So I don't know.
Well,
I mean, he really can't get. They can't send him to like a worse situation. I don't think. Maybe the White Sox or the Rockies or somebody, but. I don't know. Anyway,
pretty bad.
That's this week's Who Said It.
All right, sounds good. We'll take a break here on The Odds Couple here on Grind City Media. When we come back, we got fish nuggets. Also, tell you what's coming up this week in the world of sports, and then some free picks before we get out of here. So it's The Odds Couple here on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals takes it straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Tony Allen joining us. I believe Hey!
Young TA with a fresh chop. That boy sliced today, boy. You say, that boy got the tape on the side. Okay, TA.
Hey, and I like how you blurred out your background so we can't see that La Quinta this time.
Can't see the hole in the wall, TA.
Can't see the hole in the wall.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's time for our Pick Six, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Welcome back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Odds Couple here on Grind City Media. No show on Thursday. So we got a long holiday weekend, and we'll be back with you on Monday here on The Odds Couple next Monday. So we'll let you know what's going on this week here in a moment. But first, we got some fish nuggets.
Nuggets.
Yeah, let's go. All right. Starting the WNBA with a Winba nugget. Asia Wilson is the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 5,000 points. She did it in 238 games. That's pretty impressive.
They just phenomenal. Too bad that team has fallen apart. Ooh, boy, they're not very good right now. They are really struggling. I think that if the playoffs started today, I think they'd be out of it. They might be one of the last teams in. They're sitting there at 8-8 behind the Golden State Valkyries, who's an expansion team. They did make a trade today for Alyssa Smith from the Dallas Wings. So they needed more size. They're getting a bit more size. They gave up a first rounder to get her, but Asia Wilson is phenomenal. This team does not look to be going the right direction this year, though.
Next up, college football. How about that?
I love college football.
Only 6 SEC schools returned their starting quarterback from a year ago.
Only one of those schools matter, and it's the damn Vanderbilt Commodores.
Diego Pavia.
Riding that Pavia train all the way, baby. Let's go, Pavia. Going to run the state of Tennessee.
How about this one, CJ? Purdue has played in more Big Ten championship football games over the last 3 seasons than Ohio State has.
That's a good one. Thank you for that.
Nugget.
Thank you so much for that. Oh, I hate those Buckeyes, boy.
Baseball, the New York Mets got swept by the Pirates over the weekend, and they were outscored 30-4 in those 3 games by the Pirates.
That was the largest 3-game margin of losing in the Mets history over a 3-game series. It's the most they've ever gotten beat, a 26-run total deficit.
Wow.
We went to state when I was 12 years old, district all-star on our way to go to the Little League World Series, and we got beat like that weekend.
Yeah.
But we were bad. The Mets are supposed to be good. The Mets are supposed to be the best team money can buy, Lang. They got swept by the Pirates, swept by the Braves. What's going on in New York?
Maybe they should have spent more money on their roster.
Well, maybe. Maybe.
The New York Yankees broke a streak yesterday. They were 0-16 on overs since June 12th until yesterday.
Oh.
When they scored 15 runs. So they went over for the first time in 17 games yesterday.
Okay.
Shohei Ohtani is the first Major League Baseball player to record at least 80 runs, 25 home runs, and 5 triples through 80 games since Joe DiMaggio in 1937.
Wow.
Didn't he throw a 101 fastball this weekend?
He did.
Oh, my gosh. Dude, it's unreal.
Yeah. Shohei also has 28 home runs and 6 triples through his first 80 games. The last baseball player to reach those marks through 80 of a campaign was Willie Mays in 1954. Pretty impressive. All right, the Detroit Tigers, they're in first place and tied with the Dodgers for the best record in baseball after 81 games played. The last 3 times the Tigers had the best record in baseball at the halfway point of the season, they won the American League pennant in 2006, 1984, and 1968.
How about that?
And another big dumper nugget.
I love the big dumper.
Mariners' Cal Raleigh has recorded at least 9 home runs and multiple stolen bases in each of the last 3 calendar months. No other catcher has done that in 3 different calendar months over his entire Major League career.
Jeez.
Blame it on the dumper, dog.
And the big dumper's done it in 3 consecutive months. Congratulations.
Keep dumping.
Yeah, he's going to be in the home run derby too, so that's going to be a lot of fun to watch him.
He got dumps in the trunk.
Yeah.
Trunk. I was like, what? What? Come on, big dumper. Let's go, baby.
Free agency gets underway tomorrow in the NBA. Tomorrow at 5 o'clock is when the NBA free agency begins. I asked AI to generate the top free agents in the NBA. This is who they came up with. The top, I believe it listed 8. Yeah. James Harden, he's already signed. Miles Turner, Jonathan Kuminga, Josh Giddey, Cam Thomas, Malik Beasley, who's under investigation, Santi Aldama, and Ty Jerome.
Yeah, only, 3 of those are unrestricted.
Yeah.
The restricted ones are a little trickier because the teams can match and sign and trade and all that stuff. The unrestricted guys, and there's not a ton of teams who have the money to really make a big splash in free agency this offseason. So, I don't know. I bet Miles Turner ends up just staying in Indiana too. Don't you guys think?
I would think so.
Yeah, I would think so also. Yeah. I think they want him. I think he enjoys being there. I think he ends up there.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see all the Summer League news that'll be coming out, or all the free agency news that'll be coming out tomorrow. Speaking of Summer League for the Grizzlies gets underway on Saturday, 6 o'clock. Grizzlies will take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. You can catch all the Summer League action right here on Grind City Media. And watch the games. We got pregame shows for you as well.
You participating in some of that?
I'm going to be participating in some of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be coming your way starting on Saturday when the Grizzlies take on the Thunder. You looking forward to anything in particular with this Grizzlies Summer League bunch?
Just seeing getting the first look at the 2 draft picks. What's my man's name? Why am I blank? Small
Coward.
And then the dude from is Coward playing? I don't think Coward plays. I don't. Meshack, seeing Small and Meshack get out there and seeing what they can do. When Meshack was underrated part of his game, he brought up the fact he didn't get a whole lot of opportunities to shoot. It wasn't something that the system allowed for at Tennessee, so he was just out there busting his ass on defense, doing the little things. But he said he's got a shot. So I would like to see that shot manifest itself some in Summer League. So outside of those 2 things, seeing how these guys get acclimated to playing in the NBA, that's pretty much it. Oh, and Coach T.I. is going to be on the sideline, so this will give us a first chance to look and see what a Coach T.I.-led team looks like.
Yeah. Lang, anything you're looking forward to in particular?
I wrote about Summer League for tomorrow's Grind City Media newsletter. Just a reminder that like guys who score a lot of points in the Summer League, that's not kind of what you're looking for as a fan, because teams already have guys to score the points for the most part. They're looking for the guys to do everything else. So, you're watching to see what guys can fit into the defensive concepts, understand how to rotate, understand how to make the pass to the open guy, all that kind of stuff. I think, the guys who score are great, but there's a reason Nate Robinson got his jersey retired by the Las Vegas Summer League, because he's scored a lot of points, but as a player, he was okay. So I don't think you're going to see anybody have a breakout star-making Summer League. And if you do, at least with this Grizzlies team, great, but I don't think you're going to see them scoring a lot of points when the actual season starts.
Yeah, and I always like to see. I mean, Summer League to me, it's looking for one thing, looking to see if the guys don't belong, and that's important. You can look really bad in Summer League and come away with a really bad feeling about it, but I think the best thing to do is to look like you just don't belong in Summer League and play your few games and get out, and let's move on. So hopefully that's what we'll see. But we'll have all the.
You mean they don't belong in a good way?
Yes.
They're too good for
yes.
Summer League?
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That they don't belong in a good way. That they're just better than all the guys on the floor. And hopefully that's what we'll see from some of the Grizzlies here at this Summer League. Baseball, we got a big one tonight for the Cardinals, as the Cardinals just swept the Cleveland Guardians. Cardinals trying to keep it going there in Pittsburgh tonight to take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Eric Fetty against Andrew Haney. A couple of guys with 3-7 records and ERAs over 4. Cardinals are the favorite at -125. Pittsburgh at +105. It is one of my picks tonight, going with the Cardinals to beat the Pirates on the money line. Also, Mason Wynn to go over 1.5 total bases. Mason Wynn to go over 1.5 total bases. I also like Philadelphia over San Diego with Zach Wheeler to have 5 or more strikeouts. And I like Tampa Bay over the Athletics tonight. Tampa Bay over the Athletics tonight is my big play. Lang, you got anything tonight?
Not tonight. I got a future. I got a Wednesday night, that U.S. Guatemala game. Guatemala's a heavy underdog in that game. Let me see. I just had it up. They are at the moment plus 650. U.S. is minus 375. But you know what I would take in that one is a draw, because both of those teams had a draw in their previous game coming into this one. U.S. just struggles to outscore anybody. Guatemala is good at fighting into it. So regulation draws plus 400 for that game Wednesday night. So that might be the way I would go with that one.
All right. CJ?
I might go Guatemala to win that one outright in regular time. I just have no faith in this men's team. You took the one I wanted, Rob, which was why am I blanking on the baseball? Tampa. Tampa over the A's. That's the one I roll with, and take the over also. Tampa gonna obliterate those dudes.
Yeah. All right. There you go. There are some free picks for you today as well. Take Tampa and the over because they will obliterate those dudes.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better.
Playing in that little ballpark.
That's expert analysis, Rob Fisher.
We got two teams playing each other who both play in spring training ballparks. That's exciting. All right, that's going to do it for us here on this Monday edition of The Odds Couple. A reminder again, no Odds Couple on Thursday, so we'll be back with you a week from today. For Lang, for CJ, I'm Fish. Thanks for joining us here today on The Odds Couple. We'll talk to you again next week here on Grind City Media.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Murray State is going to the College World Series. It's easy for me to pick a team because 1, I love an underdog. 2, I hate UCLA, and I see that opening round matchup. And 3, we are connected to the school's most famous alumni, John Morant of Murray State.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's time for our Pick Six, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube,